Yeah, we only have 7.
7 what?
Groups today.
Oh,
I'd like to call this meeting to order.
It's okay.
Item number 1, call to order. City of Las Vegas Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program Ynapp Grant Review Board. City Hall, 495 South Main Street, 3rd floor, large conference room. City of Las Vegas internet address, www.lasvegasnevada.gov. Agenda, January 24th, 2017, 3:30 p.m. Items listed on the agenda may be taken out of order presented. 2 or more agenda items for consideration may be combined, and any item on the agenda may be removed or related discussion may be delayed at any time. Backup material for this agenda may be obtained from Llewellyn D. Holmes, City Clerk, at the City Clerk's office at 495 South Main Street, 2nd floor, or on the city's website at www.lasvegasnevada.gov. Item number 2, announcement regarding compliance with open meeting law. Are we in compliance?
Yes, we are.
Item number 3.
We've got to go
Roll call.
through.
Roll. Thank you. Roll. Can we take roll call?
Yes. Chair Christian?
Here.
Vice Chair Gonzalez?
Here.
Member Reyes?
Here.
Member Skilbrad?
Here.
Member Skousen?
Here.
Member Kramer?
Here.
Member Richard is excused. Member Kilponen?
Here.
Member Williams? Excused. Member Vega is excused. Member Hussein? Excused. Member Torres?
Here.
Member Sorosa?
Here.
Member Navis? Excused. Member Kennedy?
Here.
Member Winslow?
Here.
Member Hardy?
Here.
And you do have a quorum.
Item number 3. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. If you wish to be heard, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. Any public comment? See none. Item number 4. Report on Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program applicants submitted by Symbolic Youth Networking Council, Carnival of Care, Symbolic Youth Networking Council, Teachers for Teachers, Becker Middle School, Symbolic Youth Networking Council, Features for Teachers, Loomis Elementary School, Vegas Verdes Elementary School, Science Night, VegasRoots.org, Dugan Children's Culinary Kitchen, Vikings, Care Packages, and Valley High School Batteries Included, Spreading Hope. Hello, and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Nico Christian, and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation to us. You will be given 10 minutes to make a presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present state their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you're ready.
Hello, my name is Shine Moore, and I am part of the Symbolic Youth Networking Council. The first project that we are going to talk about is the Carnival of Care. We did the Carnival of Care last May, and it was successful. First, I will explain to you what exactly the Carnival of Care is. The Carnival of Care is a small carnival that we hold at Becker Middle School. There is food, games, as well as music, arts, and crafts. Getting to the carnival, you have to donate in your toy. When donating a toy, you will get a certain amount of tickets for food and games. All of the toys that we get will be donated to the patient at the Sunrise Children's Hospital. We came up with this project as a group because there are a lot of kids with cancer and other illnesses these days. Both the parents and kids will benefit from this project because parents have high medical bills. This way, the parents will not have to worry about buying toys for their kids, and they will be able to make the children safe. This project is important because it will bring the community together for a good cause. No contracted funds are referred to the disease. Therefore, why not choose our project to make these kids smile? We need about $930 for our project. This is needed for practices, food, supplies, and games, and other stuff that the carnival costs. The youth and adults will work together by gathering these materials, spreading the word, and working on the day of the event. As a reflection, you will be taking We thank you for your time and hope that you consider your expert approval.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Nico Christian, what exactly is the Symbolic Youth Networking Council?
It's a council that we have that's to do good causes.
Got it. Also, member Vicky Skilburn.
Hi. That was a nice presentation, and you have made previous requests, so the fact you've had successful projects is an excellent, gives us a sense of confidence in your current presentation. I just wanted to point out that you also have a very high ratio of volunteer hours. You have 15 or more youth who are going to participate, but that's about 600 hours. My one question is, so I'd like to congratulate you on that. That says a lot. But I'd like to ask you, your total expenditures is $930, but you're requesting the entire $1,000. What would the additional $70 be used for? It's not a big deal if you don't know.
And it would be used probably for 3 extra prizes for food.
Member William Kennedy.
Great presentation. I really love the idea, but I want to know if we weren't able to receive the full $1,000, do you feel like the project could continue without?
Yes.
Nico Christian, do you have a target audience for the to attract people? Like how you said, people have to donate a toy. Do you have do you want kids to come to the festival or to the carnival, or is it anybody can come?
It's anybody, like if you donate a toy. So like we will get a list from the kids at the hospital, and they will request it to you for which toys that they would like, and then you bring it to the carnival.
Awesome. Member Selena Torres.
I see in your budget that you have pizza for concessions. I just want to know, are you charging people for the pizza?
No.
Thank you.
Member Nikki Winslow.
How do you plan to promote your art?
Like spreading it around the community,
Where?
around the area.
So the summer one?
Nico Christian, have you done a project like this before, like a carnival like this before? That's no problem. I was just asking. Any other questions? Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp board will be voting on the recommended awards at a later meeting, and we will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date to be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Gamble about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. I'd like to call for recess. I'd like to call the meeting back to order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp board meeting. My name is Nico Christian, and I am the chair of the Ynapp board. Your group will now be making a presentation. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, then the board will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, I'm Madison Willisey, and I'm talking about the Teachers for Teachers at Record. Hello, my name is Madison Willisey, and I'm a part of Symbolic Youth Networking Council. I'm here to talk to you about our Teachers for Teachers project. The Teachers for Teachers project has been done a few times from SYNC, dating back to 2010, and it has been a success each time. To To start off, I will explain to you what this is. We will be purchasing needed supplies for the teachers. This project is important due to the economy and the fact that teachers have to take money out of their own pockets to pay for the supplies. Teachers and students will benefit greatly from this project. Sometimes students have to fight over supplies, and it should not be like that. When students have the supplies they need, they will succeed. I have several teachers that go above and beyond to help me and my peers, and giving back to them would mean a lot. The teachers would be more than happy to give students that need supplies what they need. The students would greatly appreciate it too. We will need about $939.67 for this project because we totaled the few school supplies price up. The youth and adults will work together by buying the school supplies, decorating boxes, and putting the supplies in the teacher's lounge. As a reflection, we will be taking pictures and posting them on our social media. We hope that you will consider us for approval. Thank you for your time.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask you group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Becky Skousen.
Thank you for your presentation. And you may have answered this question because you said you're just going to put in supplies so it's kind of first come, first served for the teachers?
I believe so.
Okay, because I was wondering how many teachers you were doing on the list. And then did they provide the list of what they needed? Is that when you guys came up with it, or was it just something?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Member Selena Torres.
Have you guys already spoken to your school about doing this project and seen what it is that they're working with? Because depending on the school, they receive grant money as well, and then they might have organizations that are willing to donate if you guys contact them.
Okay. Yeah.
Member Lillian Kennedy.
Kind of piggyback on her question, have you received any donations of like school supplies from the outside companies or whatnot?
No, not yet.
Are you planning to get any? Or are you trying to get any?
Hopefully.
I don't see any conflict of interest.
Member Unique Hardy.
Because they're two different
I like
groups,
this
and
idea.
I presume high school
It's
submitting
very
that
smart,
there's no
and I
limit
think
on the
there's
amount of
very few people that think
applications
that
that they can submit.
I know
You can have
personally,
one from the same high school.
even going
so
to a different school out of state, I had teachers who would pay for our supplies, and give them personally to us, so this is really a great thing that you're doing. Something that's become a recent problem, within the past few years. I wanted to know what made you choose this project in particular. Like, is it something personal for you, or do you just see it as a general issue?
I would say both, because I know that even in our classes, there's students that don't come prepared, and the teachers always, it's like a pencil checkout thing, because there's supplies that usually you have to pay for, so, and then even though the students need them, teachers need them too, so. It's a personal problem and it's a general problem.
Member Selena Torres.
How many of these packages are you guys putting together? Or are you guys just putting all the supplies in them?
I think it's just all the supplies for teachers.
Okay.
Nico Christian. Why exactly Becker Elementary School?
Sorry.
I said, why exactly Becker?
It's the school that Symbolic Art is at, and it's the school that I'm attending, so I'm speaking for that.
Becker Middle School, excuse me. Sorry about that. Also, I have another question or comment. It is important. I like this project a lot because it is important for teachers to have the supplies that they need to teach to do their job. And I don't think teachers are treated well enough in general. And so I think this project is great. And another question: if you do not receive the full 1,000, will you still be able to carry out the project?
Yeah.
Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp Board will be voting on the recommended awards at a later meeting, and we will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date to be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today.
I don't think you need to worry about it.
Okay. I'd like to call for recess.
Were they both Becker Middle School? I was confused.
I don't know. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. Hello and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Nico Christian and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation. You will be given 10 minutes to make a presentation and then we will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hello, my name is Victoria Fuller. I'm part of Symbolic Youth Networking Council. Today I will be talking to you about the Teachers for Futures project. The Teachers for Futures project is basically, so it's been done a few times with SYNC dating back to 2010, and it's been a success every time. So to start off, I will explain to you what it is. We will be purchasing needed supplies for teachers so they can supply it for their students. The project is important because teachers have been needing to buy supplies for their students with money of their own, out of their own pockets, and this is wrong because the school should supply it. So, and I know that when students have the supplies they need, they will succeed. So from experiences I have, teachers are always asking me to donate supplies, and whether it's like pencils or tissues, and this is wrong. So we will need about $939.87 for the project. And what we will be doing is the youth and adult will work together by buying the school supplies, decorating boxes, and putting the supplies in the teacher's lounge. As a reflection, we will be taking pictures and posting them on our social media. So we hope that you will consider our approval.
At this time, the Ynapp Board may ask your group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Christine Kramer.
Hi, we just had another presentation just before yours doing a similar thing at another school. Have you guys thought about combining the resources for the point when you do the purchase in order to buy more in bulk?
Yes.
Nico Christian, how many teachers, or do you know how many teachers will receive?
I'm not exactly sure.
No problem. Member Carlos Rosa.
If you don't get grants from the federal government, will you be able to?
Yes.
Member Harry Williams.
How many other youth are part of you guys' organization?
I'm not exactly sure.
Well, how many?
15.
Member Vicky Skobread.
Good presentation. It's a great project. There are 15 members in the Symbolic Youth Networking Council, so does that mean that since we have multiple projects, all having 15 or more working on it, that everyone in the group will be working on all 3?
Yes.
Member William Kennedy.
Sorry. Why did you choose that one?
Well, I went to Ynapp in elementary school, and I know they do the supplies. And my teachers did ask me for supplies in the class in general. So,
You're doing this as a way of giving back to them?
and yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Member Becky Skousen.
You mentioned that teachers have asked for supplies in the past. My kids are all past that age, but I remember when they were in elementary school, they would get a list home from the teachers, kind of a wish list with the tissues and the hand sanitizer and whatever. So is this going to replace that? I mean, or is this just supplement? Is this going to? I guess I'm asking, is this going to allow the students not to have the burden on them that they? I know that's optional anyway when the teachers ask, but.
Yeah, it will at least help the teachers to spend at least a little less money.
Nico Christian. I just want to comment, and I just want to say that your budget is very precise, and I really like that. Like $934.87. That's awesome. Member Selena Torres.
Going off that, in the future, if you guys do another one, if you guys can put how many of everything you guys are putting, just so we have a better idea, because I know you guys have the exact amounts, but I just don't know, for example, like color paper, how many packages of it and stuff, just in the future. But I think, like you said, you did a really exact budget, so we know exactly what you're spending on. Thanks.
Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp Board will be voting on the recommended awards at a later meeting, and we will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date to be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. I'd like to call for recess. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. I'd like to call this meeting to recess. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. Hello, and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Nico Christian, and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make a presentation, then we will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Arias. I am the youth leader, and I am in 5th grade. I am the president of our school's NEHS, and the project is Science Night.
I'm Stephanie Burgash, the project manager, team leader, and this is Craig Beresman, our science teacher at AHS.
Our school consists of 581 kids. Our demographics are 78% Hispanic, 4% Black, 7% white, and also 4% Asian. Our special programs are PrEP, autism, and community in schools. Applied Life for our school is 100% free and reduced lunch for all students. Beta First Elementary applied for a grant last year and was rewarded money to maintain and produce the beautiful garden that we now are still holding. We are very grateful for the reward as we have used all of the equipment purchased for our garden. We used the money for the purchase of a shed and various gardening tools for our garden. Our team consists of Stephanie Bugash, the team leader, Craig Berishman, our science teacher, and our youth project leader is me, Alejandro Arias, and Science Night, other students from AHS will be helping when needed. It is important for greatest birdies to bring together staff, family, and friends with family, fun, and food such as cake, various drinks, and a lot of pizza. Bringing everyone together, educating the community on what the students are learning in school benefits everyone. Our project in Science Night of 2017 is the 5th grade science fair, the math science demonstration, oriental trading make and take activities, astronomical society visit, and technology and programming demonstrations. We had a limited budget last year for Science Night, so we wanted to make it bigger and better than last year. Students at Vegas Birdies have not had a science fair for over 5 years. 5th graders have been learning the scientific method in science class. Math Science is an organization that comes to the schools to do science experiments with the students. There are different make and take science experiments we can choose from for them to do at our science night. Slime, snow, monsterized tornadoes, and whirlwinds. The Oriental Trading Company sells make and take kaleidoscopes that the students can put together and make themselves. The supplies are provided for the students to make the kaleidoscope and then take it home with them when they are finished. The Astronomical Society will have 5 to 7 amateur and professional astronomers who will focus on their telescopes on several celestial objects visible in the night sky, such as planets and various common constellations. The technology and programming demonstrations are basically coding and robotics students will be demonstrating their superior knowledge of computer games and other various computer programs that they have created. The students will be demonstrating their Dash and Dot plus EV3 robotic programming through live demonstrations. Science, we need $400 for science board for 96 students. Make and take kaleidoscopes, $240. From Oriental Trading Company, costs $200. The math science demonstrations are $150, and food for parents and students are $250. The volunteers are Greg Berishman and Stephanie Bugash, 10 science committee members, and the youth members, me, Alejandro Arias, and other various NEH members, also parents. This is what needs to be done. Project leaders, committee members, NEHS students, and family volunteers will work together to make this year's Science Night the best ever. The rows will be divided up to overlook the 4 parts of the science fair. The science fair, the astronautical society, math science, robotics and coding to students demonstrations, make and take activities, and various types of food. Our reflection activities consist of the science boards from the science fair that will be left up for display for the students at the school to look at and learn from. The robotics and coding demonstrations will get other students not involved, interested in, and excited to join those after-school clubs. Excitement for the 4th grade students to do the science project next year, and the teachers can also use the science night as a writing assignment, such as their favorite part of the night, or what did you learn, etc. Why fund their science night? Why not? We need to give the students at Vegas Verdes and their families an educational yet fun night to remember for a long time. Spending time together away from technology doesn't happen as often as it should. Any questions?
This time, the Ynapp board may ask a group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Members Vicky Skilbread.
I have to say that I think that was the most entertaining and fun presentation we've had today. And we are nearing the end of our presentation, so it's not like you're the second presentation. Thank you very much. Totally enjoyed it. I think science is important, and I think finding a way to make students excited about it is great. I appreciate the amount of effort you put into your presentation, and I love your project.
Thank you.
Member William Kennedy.
I just want to say, I don't really necessarily have a question, I just want to say that I love this idea. I personally am a huge science nerd. Like, during 7th grade, we had a science fair at my school, and it was like the best thing ever, and I still remember it to this day. And I appreciate that you understand and that you're trying your best to reach out and put science into like, I guess like family togetherness in a way, and I love that idea. So, great job, and I love your presentation.
Member Nikki Winslow.
In addition to that, I love the idea that you're bringing people in to look at all of the science projects, because as someone who's helped nieces and nephews and children make them, a lot of times I have to go look at them. So the more exposure your project gets, I think that's great. And I was going to say, this is definitely not your first presentation, I wouldn't think. Great
It
job.
actually is.
You have a wonderful speaking voice, so you should maybe.
This is the biggest thing I've ever done in my entire life, in my entire career as a 5th grade president. Trust me. Just trust me. Like the biggest thing I've ever done is this, honestly. I'm really grateful of the way you guys think about this. We think the same. We honestly think that it's a great way that you guys are thinking the same way as we think. We would honestly, we honestly love you guys, and it's just something we're really grateful for.
I did have one question. So if there's going to be coding and robotics demonstrations, where are the students coming from?
Oh, no. So we have after-school clubs, and we have after-school clubs for robotics, coding, and they're going to come from the school, and they're going to be invited as extra special guests so that they can come and demonstrate to 4th graders that are excited in robotics and that want to join in next year, because we wanted to give them an extra head start on the idea that robotics and coding and what they meant to those other students, and we just, wanted to give them an idea.
Member Uni Party.
I love everything about this. You're basically, I see a kid genius in you. This is great. I love the way you presented and everything. I had a question. How will you distribute the board? Will it be just to the 4th grade class, or is it just anyone who's actually participating in the science fair?
Oh yeah, okay, I will be glad to answer that question. The boards, we're going to buy the boards and we're going to display them on the place where we're holding the science fair. and everybody can look at them and, you know, take the experience from the boards, so that we won't have to like who gets
signs for this year? What grade?
fifth grade and the fourth grade, like for coding especially and stuff like that. That's what fourth grade is mostly going to be doing, considering this is all about science and one of the main reasons we want to do this project. But yeah.
Oh, and I had a comment to go with that. And that's a great idea what you're doing as well. I didn't elaborate on why I thought this project was great, but I didn't get exposed to robotics until I was in middle school, and we got the Tournament of Technology, where we gathered in high school and competed with other middle schools. So I think that it's really great that you're implementing into it elementary school right now, and it's something that I didn't think that younger kids can do. But once experiencing it for myself, it was extremely fun, and it really does expand young minds. So I thank you on behalf of someone that we're
thinking that people as older people have to follow, and we have professionals at the science fair. These kids are going to get the most of what robotics and coding really means. They're going to experience something really fun. Like, the main reason why we want to do this is not just to encourage science and robotics and coding and astronomy and various other types of sciences. We want these kids to be talking about this for a long time, and we want them to get a little bit of something that maybe they haven't experienced before, and we just want them to be passionate for what they're doing.
Member Selena Torres.
Member Selena Torres. Wow, you are such a charismatic speaker, so congrats. I did have one question. So are all the fifth graders then taking the boards home and they're going to do their own project or their own science fair project at home, or is it going to be done in the class?
Oh, no. We have a special way to organize that. Mr. Craig Bershman over here, our science teacher, is the one who mostly has knowledge on that. But I'm pretty sure I do know that there will be a lot of projects, but on that I do not know, so I'll have to speak to my bosses here.
I don't know if I'm a boss. I consider myself associated. So
right now the kids are learning the scientific method through science class.
Just say your name for the record.
My name is Craig Barishman. I'm the science teacher, head of programming, and the robotics coach, and AHS advisor. All of those things, we're going to introduce it within the next month into our classroom, and they will have a hybrid. They will take it home as well once they get it started. The boards will be designed as a scientific method, so each part of the board will follow one of the scientific method parts, and that's how they'll be organized.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Member Nikki Winslow.
I know a lot of the high schools have robotics programs, and they'll come out a lot of times in demonstrations too. So it might be something to consider, like Cimarron is nationally ranked, and Clark has one.
We're headed to the championship this Saturday against middle schoolers. We won out against, qualified for the championship against over 100 different teams, most of them being middle school. They grouped us into the middle schoolers. So we're in the top 3. So we could probably go to their school to demonstrate. Not to sound too, but not to brag, but
Brag.
No.
So go ahead and brag.
Yeah, okay, so before I have 2 things to say. First thing Mr. Bershman said about the hybrid that they projects that they can take home. We're actually doing make and take activities, meaning that the materials are going to be given to the students, and they are going to be the ones making the project. Well, just basically making like what the project is really about, like such as kaleidoscopes. They're going to be making them, arming them, and they're basically going to be using them, and they're going to be able to take them home. And that's just something we thought would be really nice for the kids to have, because I feel like they cost a lot of money and it's not really easy to get. About the second thing Mr. Bershman said about robotics, like we said, we want to encourage young people to go up against, to have an experience of what other various things can happen in the competitions against more experienced and older members. And we don't really want to do this to win. We don't want to do this to like war camp. and get the trophy. We just want to encourage teamwork. We just want to have fun, and it's something that we'd like the kids to do. That's mostly the reason why we're doing it.
Thank you.
Nico Christian, I just want to say, when I was in fifth grade, I wish I spoke like you in fifth grade, because I don't know where I'd be now, but I would not be where. First, I have a couple questions. What does NEHS stand for?
The National Elementary Honor Society. We are students. We're not student council. Student council, honestly, mostly takes care of the school. We, as honor societies, represent the schools in ways such as fundraising and doing other various projects.
I'm actually part of NHS in high school too, so that's awesome.
You were? Okay.
All right, thanks. And also, have you had contact with the Astronomical Society that you said that will be coming to the Science Night?
Well, I mean, preparations.
We had them last year. We're in direct contact. It's actually a teacher in Clark County that runs it, and they've already confirmed our date in March.
Oh. When is that date?
What's that?
When is that date?
The 23rd. It's a Thursday. Yeah.
And also, how long is the whole Science Night?
I'm sorry?
I said, how long is the actual Science Night?
I'll be there for at least 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
Some of it depends on also how the viewing is in the sky.
Mm.
They will come around 6:30 when it's still a little daylight out at that point, and have some sun filters for their telescopes. I also wrote a grant last year and got 3 telescopes for the kids to fool around with, basically, for them to explore without an expert being around. So one of our teachers will be out there to help them out, and one of our NAHS members will be there as well.
Awesome. And one more question. If you do not receive the full grant, will you still be able to carry out the project?
We might, but I'm not exactly sure. Again, I'd have to take some help from my associates. I'd have to take some help from my associates. Stephanie Buga, she's the leader.
Yes, we could. It just would be to the extent. And last year we had like 6 box pizzas. They didn't last very long. Mr. Bearsman and I have been doing some fundraising and some grants for both families at the school. And so we will come up with these. Our principal had to probably come out of his pocket, but we're trying not to do that because he might hold grudges. But we don't want to charge the families. We could, but we don't want to do that because we don't want them very high income. Yeah, we can pull it off, but not to that extent.
Thank you.
It's mostly something that we want them to experience, like I've said 1,000 times. We don't want them to pay for something. We just want them to kind of have some sort of preview of what maybe they don't know they like this. You never know. So we just wanted them to have a little preview of science in general.
Thank you. Vice Chair Angel Gonzalez.
I just gotta say, kid, you are going places. You know how to present so well. I'm honestly, really, it surprises me that somebody your age is like doing all of this. I can't. It's just you as a person, you're amazing, and you have like no fear. Like people your age doing this, you don't see a whole lot of this. To be honest, you really don't. So I just gotta say, like, you're awesome. I look up to you and you're younger than me.
Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp Board will be voting on the recommended awards at a later meeting, and we will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date to be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. I'd like to call for recess. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. Hello, and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Nico Christian, and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making your presentation to the board. You will be given 10 minutes to make your presentation, and then we will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present should state their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, my name is Jordan Katz, and this is my mom, Julie.
I'm Julie Katz. Hi.
And I'm here to speak to you guys about the Las Vegas Roots Garden and the creation of the Dugan Children's Culinary Kitchen. For 6 years, Vegas Roots Community Garden has been giving people the opportunity to grow food, learn about gardening and wellness, and to be a positive change in the health of low-income communities. Over 1,200 members a year from our community have learned to grow their own food, eat better, prepare healthier meals, and reduce diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure. The garden services low-income families, at-risk youth, children, schools, seniors, homeless, and veterans. The garden grows organic produce and flowers, raises chickens and worms, and provides education to individuals, groups, and loyal government employees. Did you know that Las Vegas has the 11th highest rate of childhood obesity in the country? According to Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign, adults and children should take part in community gardening and healthier diets. Some of the programs at Vegas Roots Community Garden include adopting a gardening plot to harvest fresh organic produce, growing healthy organic produce to nourish your family, involving and educating children in how food is grown and where it really comes from. Some at the facilities in the garden include a kids' play area, a walking track, gloves, tools, and seeds for people that want to volunteer and learn how to garden, as well as shaded seating area and picnic tables with misters for hot summer days. My twin brother Jesse and I are very active in volunteering here in Las Vegas. Our parents have always instilled the need to give back to the community. Aside from volunteering at Vegas Roots Community Garden, we also volunteer at Paradise Ranch, which is a horse-assisted therapy ranch. The White Horse Youth Ranch, visiting the elderly at assisted living facilities, Jewish Family Services Agency, helping provide food for Las Vegas seniors and the homeless, the Jewish Community and Jewish Federation of Las Vegas, as well as our local temple, and just recently, we are heading a board game buddies at Bonner Elementary. This program pairs traditional students with autistic students after school to play board games together to work on social skills. These funds will allow us to finish the kitchen, including tile, grout, signage, grill top, paint, and cooking utensils, basically for the pizza oven. Additionally, we will need to purchase soil, plants, seeds, water costs, and maintenance of the garden. My brother and I will help with growing, taking care, and harvesting fresh garden vegetables for the pizza. This will help us with culinary skills as well. We will lead the project along with a carpenter that will supervise us from beginning to completion. People living in the surrounding area as well as school children will learn about the sustainable gardening, growing their own vegetables, and gaining education about proper eating. And as an added bonus, mainly for parents, it'll keep us off of electronics.
At this time, the Ynapp Board may ask you group questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Carlos Sosa.
If you don't get the full program, will you be able to go to see
In my opinion, maybe a little bit, but I'm not so sure.
Nico Christian. Who are the 3 volunteers on the hour pledge sheet in your application?
I think the 3
Just,
volunteers.
if you can say your name first.
Julie Katz, Roz,
Brooks is the head of Las Vegas Roots, and she has been running this for years. She would be one of the volunteers, as well as my twins and myself. So Roz would oversee it, but the three of us would be going out to the garden.
Member Becky Scassi.
Can you tell me where the garden's located?
Hi, I'm Julie Katz. Tonopah is down on Rancho and Tonopah.
Okay.
Nico Christian. I'd just like to comment. I think it is very important for a community garden to exist in the community because fresh foods they're much different than what we buy in supermarkets, and I think it's important. So great. This project is great. Yeah. Member Selena Torres.
Member Selena Torres. So you guys are going to have the 2 to 5 volunteers, though, is only the people that are going to be kind of like putting everything together. And then you guys are providing cooking classes for kids. So you guys are going to have more kids kind of participating at that point, right?
Right, Julie Katz. They have, on Saturdays, they have cooking classes. They have adopt-a-plots. So like UNLV, Hillel, Zappos can come adopt a plot and start working on it. They teach people that just come off the street, say, do you want to learn how to make a sustainable garden? So this would be one more thing to draw people in. We live in Summerlin. None of us would ever even think of going down to Tonopah. But now we got to start bringing some of the people from up northwest and from Summerlin to come down. And this will start to do it when you take kids from the local school area and get them involved. This is like a good way to do it.
Any other questions? Member Vicky Scarborough.
This project is good on so many levels. It's good because it promotes good eating. It's good because it brings different components of the community together to work together for something successful. And I especially appreciated your comment about it's nice to get the kids off the electronics.
I don't like that.
Yep.
I like my electronics.
I'm sure, but it's still a good thing for you to be out in the actual sunlight and physically active. So, yes, and not just your thumbs. That's it.
Member Unicardi.
I just wanted to make new. I don't know if you are you guys planning on making this more than a. I understand. Okay, I understand that the kids will be helping with learning how to garden and things like that. So, are you guys doing this as people adopt the plots, or are you guys just going to? You guys have like free range within the garden.
Correct, Julie Katz. We have free reign in the garden, and I will let you know, during the spring months, Roz has a food truck, and she goes out on the truck into these low-income areas to give vegetables to people that cannot come to the garden. So she's out there. She just needs a lot of help.
So do you guys have a set, do you guys have a set amount of things that you guys would need, like soil and things like that? I understand that in your permissions letter, it stated that it just needs a little bit of work, just to for upkeep and things like that. So you guys aren't starting from scratch when you guys are doing this?
Julie Katz, correct. We can definitely take less money. I know that you guys have a lot, and you have 36 people all asking for a lot of money. We can take less money. This is already around. This pizza oven already has been started. It is disheveled. It needs love and care. And sure. So we do need help with it. Vegas Roots does not have the funds to even touch it at this point. So without volunteer help and without money from the grant, it's going to stay in the situation currently is in.
So it's more for the oven than the cooking, right? Than it is the actual products that you need to make the.
Right, and seeds don't.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp Board will be voting on the recommended awards at a later meeting, and we will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date to be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. I'd like to call this meeting to recess. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. Hello, and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Nico Christian, and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation. You will be given 10 minutes to make a presentation, and we will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group and all members present to state their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Hi, good evening. My name is Alan Pereira.
My name is Marlene Bonilla.
And this is Gabriela Cummings, our advisor. Today we'll be presenting care packages made from Viking. That's our name, Viking. Okay.
Alright, homelessness. According to the National Homelessness.org, there are 3 types of homelessness. The first type is situational or transitional, which means that the individual either goes in and out of homelessness. And then there is the episodic and the cyclical, and that means that they are in constant in and out of homelessness. And then there is the chronic, which means they are full-time on the street. Alright, Nevada reports. In the school year 2012 to 2013, there was a statewide report of 23,790 children who reported living out of their home. And then there were rankings for nationwide that Nevada was fourth of students who weren't in a home. And then we also have a reporting percentage of 80% of girls who reported living out of the home were physically or sexually abused.
Okay, so this is just from CCSE. In CCSE, there's around 11,000 students who are identified as homeless. And these students, they go from elementary to high school. And that's, I feel like a lot of us students don't know about these issues because it's not happening to us. But it's a major issue. Just imagine, just CCSD alone is 11,000. Think about Nevada alone, or even just Nevada and California. It's a major problem that we oversee because we might not know someone who's going through it, but it's happening and it's still there. Okay, so Valley High School. So these care packages that we'll be creating will be going towards the homeless percentage at Valley High School, which we are representing. So at Valley High School, there's 5% of our student population who is in who are identified as homeless. So 5%, not a big number usually, but we have 2,900 something students at our school. 5% is being around 100 students being identified. 100 students, that's 100 lives, and that's a difference. Those are 100 students who are being affected by not having a home or not having enough materials to go get an education. The facts.
We talked to our counselor, one of our counselors at Valley High School, Ms. Juliet Mandado, and she was telling us, obviously she didn't tell us exactly who the students were, but she gave us the number. Roughly 98 students are identified as homeless at Valley High School, and like Alan was saying, that's 5% of the population, so among our peers, there's 98 students who, whether it's super cold right now, they have no home to go to, they're in the streets, cold, or they're jumping couches every night, and yeah, that's what we want to help.
Yeah. Okay. So in the past, our counselor is fairly new to the school, so she really couldn't bring up past records. But in the past, we've had a total of 150 or more students identified as homeless in the past, like I said.
And that's just in one school year, right?
Yeah, that's just in one school year.
That's the highest.
Yeah, and so also how we identify as homeless. So there's Title I, which a lot of around 420 schools in CCSC alone are involved in, and that's just students who are enrolled in free reduced lunch. But then there's also tiers to Title I. There's Tier 1, which is the general, which comes from the federal. Then, well, all Title I comes from the federal. But Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Valley High School has all Tier 3 tiers. That means we have 35% of our students who are identified living in poverty, and in Tier 3, which is Valley, is one of the low achieving high schools in our county.
And just a quick fact, from ages 12 to 17, most of the children are at a higher risk to become homeless, like especially higher risk to become homeless, especially what's it called? What's the word? Sorry. In comparison to adults. So if you see an adult in the street, it's like one adult, there's more of a higher chance that you'll see a child on the street, and that's not good.
Okay.
Alright, so we plan on making 120 care packages. As we said, there are 98 students at Valley High School who would be receiving the care packages, but we will also take into consideration that they might have siblings that don't necessarily attend Valley High School. We also want to be able to provide for them. We would have 22 extra ones, and that would be if in case anyone want to take an extra one, or later on in the school year someone becomes homeless, or maybe the next school year we'll have those at Valley High School.
So this is just an estimate of the care package we are wanting to create with the fund given to us by Ynapp. But we also we contacted stores like Walmart and Kmart and other stores which are willing to give us donations of these items that we need to in order to create these care packages. And these care packages will include as a backpack. So they'll come as a backpack. They'll include a blanket, personal hygiene items, and well, that's mostly what a backpack can carry. So that's, yeah. So why are care packages so important? And so I've in the past I've been given the opportunity to volunteer at a homeless shelter, which was one of my favorite volunteer opportunities I've ever received, and it was just so amazing to see the families coming in and being so thankful, having someone who cares, and you have to remember these families could be going through job loss. Their parents lost their jobs and they have nowhere to go. Making them go from hotel to hotel every night, or even in RVs. It's just so it's a big problem, honestly. It really is. And just for us to have the opportunity to create these care packages, and not only us having our community and our school being involved in this project, is just going to make such a big difference. It's going to open the students' eyes to this problem, this issue we have, and not just in CCSA alone, in the country, the world, So it would be an honor, and it would be a complete honor, honestly, to be able to receive these funds and be able to create something special, and that will change so many students' lives in our school. So, thank you.
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask you questions. Are there any questions from the board members? Member Becky Stassen.
Great presentation, very thorough. Thank you. I just had a couple. Just one question. I know that you're trying to probably keep the identity of these students not secret, but confidential. And so, how are you going to distribute these packets?
So we would have. So the the main counselor, which we talked to Juliet Mandado, she would be able to, so we're students, we aren't able to reach that information, but having Title I, those students, they have a list of students who are identified as homeless, and they, these students receive like help from them, from Title I, being school fees, food, or just clothing in general, any referrals to transportation, just anything they need. They have a list of those students, and those care packages will be given to those students who are identified.
So you guys prepare them and then give them to counselors and the counselors.
Correct.
We will
Yes.
prepare and then they will distribute the 18 Ms. Alvarez and Ms. Condado are in charge, and they know all of the
Okay.
the names of the
Thank you.
Member Nikki Winslow.
So I know you mentioned that Walmart, Kmart, the dollar store are willing to donate. So is your budget based on the 120? And then if they're giving you extra supplies, they can create that many more? Or is this based on getting some donations?
No, so the 120 bags is based on the budget, but also just some small items that the stores already, we know that they'll be able to donate to us. So most of it is based on the funds that we'll be getting.
So you think if you get more donations, let's say they give you extra backpacks, then
Yes.
you'll just create extra like a backstock?
Yes. And like in those extra backpacks that we possibly get as a donation, hopefully, we will be distributing, like my colleague said, to their siblings or just their mom, their family members that might also be going through the same.
Good job, guys.
Thank you so much.
Member Selena Torres.
Member Selena Torres. You guys have a really great project. I really like that you guys have already started working with the social workers and stuff too. And I think Valley High School actually at one point had the highest homelessness in the valley. So I think it's really good that you guys are giving back to your own school because there is that need right there in your student body.
Yeah. And I, like, my hope and aspiration for this project is not to have other students who also get inspired by this project and wanting to help the community to also maybe help. And like I said, there's 420 schools estimated who are getting Title I. That means the students have a 2% who are identified as living in poverty. So my aspiration is just to motivate students from other schools to start their own project there at their school as well.
Member Vicky Silva.
I think what you're doing is honestly great. I think there is unfortunately too high a need for it, and so to rise up. But I do have two quick questions. One is you said that on your application that there would be 2 to 5 students involved, but then when you were saying the school would be putting them together, are you actually going to have more students assisting you in it, or?
No. So, when I said this, getting the school involved, that means having like guest speakers coming into our school and be able to present and give out information about teenage homeless, not creating the care packages themselves. That would be we would be in charge of that. But as in getting information around our school and getting just the students more involved in what's going on in our school and in our community. Yes, the school, we will try our best to get the school involved in that, but not creating the packages themselves.
Member Lillian Kennedy.
Oh, did you have a second question?
I did have a
Oh, sorry.
question
Go
about,
ahead.
that's okay. You identified one of the things as gift cards. What type of gift cards are you?
The gift cards will be just like regular like Visa gift cards and stuff, just so they can go to buy food at their or just and we thought of Visa not just a specific like food or just an item because like I said, they might need like shoes or like a new pair of pants just something that, and we didn't want to limit them to just buying a certain item. So that's why we made it very general and just so they would be able to.
Member Lillian Kennedy.
I was just wondering, do you guys have communities and schools regularly on your facility?
Yes.
Are you guys partnering with them at all?
Some of our information is shared with them due to the fact that we're Title I school, but the project itself is not partnering with them.
Because the communities do they have, they sell in their parking lot and then students can go if they want to, but they don't necessarily go with students. And usually, they're shy and they don't want to go and do that. So with the care packages, the counselors will be following directly with the timeline to them and he asks, if it's embarrassed and what.
Yeah, so.
Member Uni Carter.
No, please answer.
I wanted to know, I looked at you guys, your budget and the hours that you guys pledged. You guys pledged 42 hours, I believe, is that right?
Yeah.
And it's close to matching the grant amount, the $1,000. So are you hoping to make up with the other 40 with donations, or are you?
So we actually, yes. I want to apologize. That was my fault that I did not update the pledge sheet, but I did re-upload the pledge sheet and we put our complete hours in there. So, yeah. So we passed our pledge hours. So past the budget. Yeah. We uploaded the new pledge sheet.
So 120 hours?
Yeah, that was given the planning, the presentation, just everything we've done, like the research for the source. That was all the hours.
Okay, and then I had one more question. Were you, if you guys don't receive the full $1,000, will you guys still be able to complete this project?
We're hoping to, just because, like I said, we are getting donations from Walmart and Kmart and hopefully some other stores who haven't been doing that. But yeah, so we'll be getting a lot of donations from them. So hopefully we can still be able to accomplish our goal of creating those 120 care packages.
And if it comes to the other willing to go on fundraise, we will fully complete the project.
Nico Christian. I just want to say that this was a great presentation. You guys are very informed on this, on the whole situation, and I believe that awareness is not just 50%; it's like 75% of the battle. Like knowing that as a student in CCSD it makes me want to go out and do the same project, and so that's great. And that's my comment. And great presentation, by the way. Are there any other questions? Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp Board will be voting on the recommended awards at a later meeting, and we will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date to be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. I'd like to call for recess.
All right, you guys have a great night.
Thank
so
you.
much.
I almost want to cross the street to get something to eat.
I'd like to call this meeting into order. Back into order. Hello, and welcome to the Ynapp Board meeting. My name is Nico Christian, and I am the chair of the Ynapp Board. Your group will now be making a presentation. You'll be given 10 minutes to make a presentation, and then we will have 5 minutes to ask your group questions. Please introduce the name of your group, and all members present should say their names. This meeting is being recorded, and we need for all of you to speak loudly and clearly. You may begin when you are ready.
Well, first of all, good afternoon. My name is Gustavo Medrano. I'm the youth manager of our program. Our project is Spreading Hope.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ynapp. I'm junior class treasurer for JAG and batteries included.
Hi, I'm Daniel Robles. I'm vice president for JAG, and this is Spreading Hope.
Our goal with Spreading Hope is, first of all, it's our first time applying for a grant, so we feel very excited and honored to be with you today. And our goal with Spreading Hope is to go to this to the Tuno Cambedo Senior Center and spend time with our senior citizens and give them a sense of hope that people out here actually care for them. Because regardless of the members from the senior center, they told us that people barely visit them or they barely get called. So our mission with Spreading Hope is to actually go out there, spread hope with them, and actually make them feel like somebody is actually interested in them and their well-being. So this is our photos that we took. We actually went a day and spent with them, and the experience was pretty good. We very enjoyed it. We enjoyed it a lot, and I feel like each individual each member that actually participated in it, took something back on a personal level. For example, on my personal level, what I brought from it is love. Because actually being out there with them, spending time with them, it gives you a sense that you've never felt before. Like, you never thought that your presence or something simple like that could really impact them in the way that impacted them the day that we went to visit them. So I feel like this project will be a very good sense and a very good opportunity with the grant that we're asking for to actually make a big party for them. And if the day that we spent with them, they very enjoyed it a lot. Now we imagine having a big birthday party with them, how would they enjoy it? So I would be very pleased if you could get this grant, and not for us, but mainly for them, because they're really enjoying the time that we are taking to prove to them that actually somebody cares for them.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Ynapp, and I'm junior class treasurer from JAG and batteries included. I want to start off with a quote, and it starts like this. Some people, not matter how old they get, never lose their beauty. They're merely move it from their faces to their hearts. And it's from Unknown. Our experience in Canberra Senior Center was memorable. These seniors were very welcoming and heartwarming. We had many activities together, such as bingo, dancing, and singing. It was nice collaborating with them. Many were talented. It was an amazing experience, and we hope to continue this project and see them soon. Thank you.
Okay, so as students, a lot of students gather up to go to the retirement home, and they really enjoyed it. Sadly, I couldn't go; I was sick that day. But if we do get this grant, we were thinking of doing a birthday party to celebrate them, to make them feel welcome and appreciated, because as they said, they feel lonely because not a lot of people or family or loved ones go and visit them. So that's what we would like to do, to make them happy and see them smile at least a day, because they really do deserve it. And that's one of our plans. We would like to spend everything on them. So that's our mission for Spreading Hope. That's what we're going to do. So is there any questions about this?
At this time, the Ynapp board may ask a group of questions. Are there any questions from the board members?
Yes.
Member Ynapp.
I wanted to know, are you guys going to visit the same senior center? So you guys are just focusing on one center right now. I wanted to know, are you guys going to adopt a senior thing?
We worked on it, but it was something that we would have to talk with the rest of our team members. But completely, that was something that we really were considered to do for that day.
Member Selena Torres?
Member Selena Torres. I think you guys have a really good project. I really like how you guys have it kind of planned out. Do you guys have activities already decided for the day, or?
For example, I know they're actually very good at bingo. So that's mainly number one thing on our list. And like also, we did, when we went, we actually did karaoke with them, and there's some that actually sing pretty good. So yeah, we have events, for example, bingo, karaoke. We're planning on also a movie, and to include with the birthday party. So yeah, we're going to be events that we have planned.
That's great. I think it's good that you guys are continuing to have like a continuous relationship with the same center.
Nico Christian, how many senior citizens will be at the party?
About, I'll be considering like around 30 senior citizens.
And just a comment, I appreciate the fact that this project is fostering cross-generational interaction, because it's important in a community to have that, to give back to senior citizens and vice versa and things like that. And I think this is important. Oh, one more question. If your project does not receive the full grant, will you still be able to carry this out?
Probably not aspects, but like for example, like when we went, we just spent a day with them and helped out with the staff. So even though if we wouldn't receive the grant, like we would still be working there for like at least the same time as we did the first time.
Are there any questions? Thank you for your presentation. The Ynapp board will be voting on the recommended awards at a later meeting, and we will be presenting those recommendations to the Las Vegas City Council on a date to be decided. Your group will be notified by Lisa Campbell about your application. Again, thank you for your application and presentation today. I'd like to go.
Thank you.
Item number 5, discussion for possible action regarding the scoring and recommended funding of the Youth Neighborhood Association Partnership Program for fiscal year 2016 to 2017.
Discussion for possible action. Oh, I'm sorry. It was. Oh. Why we're holding it in? Why you'd like to? Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Lisa Campbell, Youth Development and Social Innovations, and we need to hold the item in advance. Because we actually had one group that was unable to present at one meeting, and then we also had another group that was not on the last agenda that should have been.
Move to hold items in advance. Member Reyes.
Second.
All in favor?
Until January 30th.
Until January 30th.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See none. Item number 6, citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the board. No subject may be acted upon the board, acted upon by the board unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Anyone here for citizen participation? See none. Item number 7, adjourned. Item number 7, adjourned.